I took a Chicago stepping class last night, and I want to use that to talk about the difference between my interaction with men and my interaction with women. And this has been like a multi-decade thing. The guy who taught the Chicago stepping class, I'm just hyper observant. My dad always taught me to be observant. That man could not make no eye contact with me. I guess he just was not trying to look like me. He just was kind of awkward, but he was a good stepper. He's teaching the class, and he had like a big beard. And when his beard moved out the way, I saw his Q necklace. And so I was like, oh, your beard was blocking it, but my dad is a Q and I'm a Zeta. And so like, boom, like, I don't know, just like when you mention stuff that you have in common, it's supposed to create like this instant connection. And it did. It was like, oh, okay. And then I was explaining how, back after I crossed, I went back home to Michigan and was trying to join the step team. And I was talking about my musicality or lack thereof. And how like I knew I wasn't gonna make it to the stage at the African American Museum in Detroit, but I was like, I wasn't gonna quit. I was gonna make them fire me, which they eventually did, because everybody else knew the step already and I was the only one learning it from scratch. And I'm more like okay, you put your elbow here, okay, and then your knee is 45 degrees. Like, I'm not a natural dancer at all. That kind of made it easier. Like, he was a good teacher before then, but after that it was like, okay. And then he was comparing it. He was talking about how when he was online, he was horrible. Like, they just would make him step out of line and dance just so they could beat them up. And then he eventually became the step master of like his chapter and in California and stuff like that. So he was talking about his journey with that. And then he had a journey with stepping. Because he was concentrating on me, he needed to go to the other students at some point, and so he had one of the women come help me. And this was actually a good interaction. This is like actually one of the better interactions I have with like random women, because she helped me a lot, and she helped teach me the like woman version of the musicality and some good like stuff to do to work on when I'm at home. But it's like there's always this distance kept with women, and they just like, I feel like it's because I look 10 to 15 years younger than I am that they just think I'm like this little kid. And it's just, what is this interaction supposed to be about? It's gonna be about that. And again, the woman was like wonderful. We was high-fiving at the end when I was getting the steps and stuff like that. But that has been my journey with like being a Zeta, is like I have better interactions with Sigmas than with Zetas. It's like when I was going to the frat games this summer and last summer, and this happens in every city. Like, I love my Rochester, New York blue and white, and I love my Michigan blue and white. They like were really accepting of me, but everywhere else I'm like, Sigmas talk to me for very obvious reasons because I'm a woman. But like, I'll go to the frat games or I'll go to an event and I'll leave and the men know, and not my life story, but they know something about me. But when I go around to the Zetas or to the women, it's just like, hi, Sora, nice to meet you. What chapter are you in? You're not in chapter? Well, this chapter is where you live. Bye. And I'm just like, okay. And it might look from the outside looking in like I'm just like maybe thirsty and I'm just trying to talk to the dudes, but I'm like, they are the only ones who are willing to talk to me. And like, I remember I went to this like Black MBA workshop and I purposely sat in the row with the women. And by the end of it, like, because even though I'm an animation professional, I'm smart. And so even though everybody else may have an MBA or may have a business degree or may be in these different level positions, I'm going to hang with y'all and answer these questions. And I'm going to provide some thoughts that y'all would never gonna think, even with y'all degrees and stuff like that. So I was hanging with them and doing the different things. And then the activity, it just so happened my group got like, we were supposed to be doing something with Disney, so I had more like canonical knowledge because of my background. So that made our presentation one of the two best presentations that was done in like that short amount of time where we kind of like workshopped it. By the end of it, I'm just exchanging contact information with the guys, and I'm like sitting there talking to one of the women at the end, and it's just like there's no synergy, and I'm like, what is it? Like, I'm just, and it's like I'm not losing sleep over it, but I would love to figure it out. so that I could improve. And like I have improved with like making female friendships and having friendships with women, so that's improved. I think the main thing was like, you know, they say that your first practice is with your mom and your sisters, and so my mom, like, we don't have the best like relationship, and then my older sister is 10 years older than me, and then my other sister lived with her mom. That is kind of colors the lack of practice that I had with women sometimes. And so I'm just like, dang, I'm not like trying not to have a good rapport with women. It's just like, damn, what the heck is it about me that y'all do not want to tap in? And I do like explain it away like, oh well, they think I'm young and I'm like a student. Well, when I was younger, I thought they thought I was a student. I don't look like a student anymore. But I'm just like, dang, like I just have better times talking to guys. And obviously the end is that they might be attracted to me or something like that. I'm not like dating all of these guys. It's just that's why they're talking to me. And I'm just like, I just have so much better rapport with guys. It was still a good experience. I need to practice in the mirror, practice my Chicago stepping. I need to soften my knees and all that type of stuff. So, because I am not a dancer. I be, you know, doing little moves or whatever, but I am not a dancer. All right.